Hi Virgo, and welcome to your October 2019 general reading. So we'll do what we generally do. We'll do a general look at the cards. You've got quite a lot of flying cards. Put them back in the deck, but the Lovers flew out with the Four of Swords. Almost oppositions there. The Four of Swords is a card of rest, and obviously the Lovers card is a card of relationships. So, I don't know. I always tend to have a look at flying cards, then put them back in the deck. So let's have a look for Virgo for the sign of October. Then we'll do a relationship dynamic, and your longer term relationship reading will be on Vimeo. So let's have a look. So you've got the Fool behind you with the Ace of Cups. Wow, how beautiful is that? So that will be the last week as you go into October, will be these energies for you. The Ace of Cups is obviously about love. The Fool is about a brand new pathway, a new beginning. The Fool is that part of us. It's our true home. It's where we come from, and it's where we're all going back to. And there's nothing like love, Virgo, to put us in touch with this part of our heart and this part of ourself. Very, very beautiful combination of cards. So let's find out what else is going on. So what you want is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is about communication, contact. He carries the Ace of Swords, and he walks forward and brings it into form, into a reality. What's helping you get this Page of Swords is the King of Pentacles. The challenge is Temperance. Can be Sagittarius. If not, it's about the Sagittarius. The Temperance card is about the middle path. And she does hold the Ace of Cups in her hand. I'll find out more. Can I look at the rest of the cards before I make any Seven of Pentacles in your relationships? So maybe that is why you want the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is about some sort of contact, news, communication. And the Seven of Pentacles is that card not a lot of people like, because it's a card of waiting for harvest time, which is very interesting because it's right under the page. Queen of Cups in your money and work. Seven of Cups at soul position. So 2 7 showing up, and then the 8 of Wands is the outcome, which is very, very interesting because this is about communication. And it's already this picture that some of you are waiting for some sort of communication, some sort of contact, some sort of, and it's with the Ace of Wands. How beautiful is that? So you begin with an ace and you end in an ace. And there's something going on this month about communication, essentially. Let me clarify what's going on here. So what's the Page of Swords about? So the Page of Swords, as I said, is obviously about communication because it's a sword card. But the page is an action card. And there's obviously some movement that you're waiting. And I can't help feeling this is about relationships because of that Seven of Pentacles here. The Seven of Pentacles is not a failure card. I have never seen the Seven of Pentacles be a failure card. If you look, all these pentacles are already on the tree. So all the work's been done. But maybe some of you are waiting for some sort of go-ahead. What's the Page of Swords about, please? Hold on, give me a minute. I'm going to use another deck. What's the Page of Swords about for Virgo? I'm going to cut the deck. Come on, what's the Page of Swords about? The Knight of Swords. So you want movement, and it's particularly movement around the communication aspect because they're both Swords cards. Now what's helping you get this movement is the King of Pentacles, which is almost ironic because the King of Pentacles is the card in the deck that moves the least. So how on earth is the King of Pentacles? It can be, might be a person, it might be about you because it is you being in your element. And when you're in the earth element, try and work with what I call divine relaxation, Virgo, okay? All we ever really need to do in our lives is be in the state of allowing, the state of flow, and everything, a bit like the Empress energy, everything comes to us. But we seem to have lost that piece of esoteric knowledge, and we all go out seeking and searching rather than learning just to be in our own power and allowing. But what is the King of Pentacles doing here as a support for Virgo? Might be a person again. If he is, he's an earth sign person, so he might be providing this news for you, which is going to propel some sort of movement, which is going to propel things forward for you. So the King of Swords, you get another sword card. The King of Pentacles is clarified with the Ace of Swords. So these are three cards about communication. Now the irony is the Page builds on the Ace and the Knight builds on the Page. So you've got these three cards working together about news, information, and then swiftness. So this is all about what you're looking for, but also what your gift is. So can I ask another question? How is Virgo to bring this in then? It's about a relationship because it's clarified with the Two of Cups. So some of you are clearly waiting on news regarding a relationship, clearly, or some sort of something to speed up. Nothing speeds up with that Seven of Pentacles. It's a useless activity. And what I always say to people is, do you want something that's half cooked or something that's half developed? Because you don't. So the Seven of Pentacles is not a problem if you're very, very much attuned to the energy of the King of Pentacles, this earth energy, allowing this, whatever this Two of Cups is, to find its way to you. The problem with Temperance is keeping that balance, because it's easier to say it when it's not you, Virgo. I do get it, by the way. But you basically keeping your head above the water is the challenge. So some of you might get a bit impatient. You might get a little bit restless waiting for this. So when we go into a state of restlessness, unless it's an emergency, Virgo, we lose our power and we lose our relationship to ourselves. Then we get all over the place. When the trick is to take a step back and allow what needs to happen. And then you get to swim in the water rather than drown in it. Tell me more about this challenge for Virgo, please. What's Temperance about? Nine of Pentacles. This is all about a relationship. I'm waiting for some sort of movement here. And the challenge is, the Nine of Pentacles is actually the Hermit card with the Temperance card. So for some of you, is keeping your emotional balance. Might be around a Sag. If not, it's Temperance in its element, which is all about this middle path. It's all about balance. It's about floating in the water and not going down to the bottom of it, where sometimes we can, in our relationship challenges, we lose our footing because of other people's issues. It never leads to a happy outcome. So your challenge really is to embrace your own self and your own peace, while allowing this energy to build up. I think it's a relationship issue because of the Seven of Pentacles here. Because the Seven of Pentacles is always a waiting card. Tell me about the Seven of Pentacles. One more card to clarify it. Queen of Wands again. Again, some of you are definitely dealing with a fire person, but it doesn't have to be, because the Queen of Wands believes in herself. It's God, Virgo, it's almost this reading's been going on for months for you. That you don't actually, when you're in the Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles, actually, I'm going to read them as your cards. This is about being in your power. The Queen of Wands is the ultimate in personal confidence and personal power, because she's got the flame. She's got her powerful self-confidence and powerful belief in herself. And when you're in this energy, waiting time is not wasted time. It's time spent on very deep self-reflection and a very, very refined process. That is what brings change into our life, and that's what brings change that lasts, because we give off this different vibration. It's a vibration of personal power, self-confidence. There's no one in a million years who's going to play around with either the Queen of Wands or the King of Pentacles, because their sense of self-belief is so powerful that in itself will change the whole energy between you and this person. Let me carry on. So the Queen of Cups is in your money and work. Queen of Cups is about compassion. This could be a person, it could be about you. So the Queen of Cups is always a very compassionate energy, counselling, nursing, something like that. Could be a person that you're dealing with in the money and work. If it's the case, the Queen of Cups is someone who tends to bring an awful lot of emotional support and that sort of thing. So who's the Queen of Cups for Virgo? Oh God, you got the Lovers card with it. The Lovers card isn't always a card about sexual relationships, by the way. It used to be called the Choices card. And the choice is always between following your heart and following all the shoulds and coulds are of society. The Fool follows his heart, which is so funny because it's what you've got up here. And the story goes, he immediately becomes enlightened, because that's all enlightenment is, isn't it? Waking up from and getting much more in contact with our true identity and our true power. So you're following your heart, and something to do with what you do to make a living. Some of you are definitely meeting someone at work. But for others of you, that's not what this is about. Yeah, because you've got the Ace of Pentacles with it. There's some sort of a new beginning here. And it's something to do with following your heart and following your passion, because that's what the Lover's card is about. The fork in the road between following your passions and following, oh my God, I've got to do this because ... That life and spirituality is incredibly simple. And it's all about following this resonance of the heart. And I absolutely get you, Virgo, that we all need to survive. I get you, so don't worry about it. But when we operate at this sort of quality around our life's work, doors open that we would never have expected to open. So there's something very interesting happening in your career house here. It's a new doorway opening, and it's definitely to do with what you love and what you feel passionate about. I'll tell you what, Virgo, get one way to change every dynamic in your life is to follow your heart and follow your purpose. And the purpose sometimes doesn't reveal itself, but it's an energy. It's an energy where you feel, I'm at home here. That's how the universe reveals itself to us. It doesn't come in big neon lights. It comes with a resonance, a connection. So some of you are starting a brand new job and you might just meet someone there, or else the Lovers is about following your passion, following your, they call it your Shakti, but it's the same energy as passion, is the same energy regarding your sexuality or your career. There's only one source of energy. And you've got both of these cards showing up in both your relationships and your money and work, and your outcome is that energy. So there's a real coming alive within you, Virgo, because I always get really interesting insights for you. It's like something's coming alive. And what seems to be coming alive is this spirit. This spirit, which is untamable, belongs to something greater than us. But if we follow it, then the universe becomes the most magical place. It's definitely coming through money and work and career. Some of you might be going to study something new. Now, bear with me, because I know there seems to be a very interesting dynamic in your relationships. God, money and work, I love it. Soul position, you've got the Seven of Cups, so another 7 appearing. Now, which is back to your relationships. 7s are quite tricky cards. They're traditionally called the Master cards. But I think most of us know to become a master generally means there's a challenge, okay? So when it's a 7 of Pentacles, the challenge is always about time and the right timing. Always, never anything else. When it's a 7 of Cups, the timing, the challenge is more about a little bit of confusion. Not being able to see things clearly. But bear with me, because look at your outcome. You go to an 8, so that means you've overcame the challenge. You've got so much fire and passion, Virgo, this month, by the way. Look, the 8 of Wands is a card of very rapid communication, which is really what you're, a part of you is looking for. Yeah? So some of you might be waiting on this news to start a new job. Communication coming in. Love the Eight of Wands. It doesn't have a shadow side. It's just very fast moving energy. It can be a bit Cupid's arrows. It can be a bit traveling, but it's definitely fast moving communication. And it's with the Ace of Wands. So you end another ace. This is the ace. It's about passion. It is about sexuality. But remember, there's only one source of energy, Virgo. The universe doesn't categorize, only us humans do that. So the energy that we use for our relationships, we use for our, whatever you want to call it, our mission, our soul's purpose, depending on how. So there's only one source of energy. And sometimes there's just avenues that are more open to you than others. And it seems to be more around the career. There's something confusing in this relationship. And it's not that I don't like it, but there's something to do with timing and waiting. And patience is one of the many faces of the divine. When we're struggling with patience, it's an inside job, Virgo. Don't look to the outside, look to the inside and befriend that energy. And that's what the King of Pentacles does. And probably the Queen of Wands, because the Queen of Wands doesn't wait for anyone because she's in such command of herself. I want to look at your relationship dynamics. Oh, I love your I love what's going on in your sorry, can I smooth this so you get a better picture? I love what's going on around your money and work. Something really electric going on there. Sorry, Virgo, I really do know how important our relationships are to us. I'm not dismissing it. But a lot of us are recovering from putting our happiness in someone else's hands. And I felt that, yeah, basically that's it. And I felt there's sort of been a message like that for you for a long time, Virgo. That taking your direction back to yourself. So let's go have a quick look at your relationships. And that's why I get so excited. The world needs you, basically. So what's going on with Virgo's relationships? Something to do with timing and waiting for something to birth itself, which was the outcome with the Ace of Wands. Come on, universe, make it straightforward. I've got to shuffle one more time and cut one more time. The longer reading will be in Vimeo, okay, if you want to support. Oh, there you go. Page of Swords, which is what you were looking for. Page of Swords is about communication. Mentally, you're the King of Pentacles. Fantastic. They are the Two of Cups. So they're the one who's more coming to you. You're the King of Pentacles. So maybe it's the other person that needs to learn about patience and not you. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Why is Virgo the King of Pentacles? You're in a very, very divine relaxation space. The shadow side of the King of Pentacles is so stubborn now, I have to say. Almost an immovable oak tree. I'm not picking that up for you. A little bit, because you're with the Nine of Wands. So these are both cards about defending yourself a little bit, to tell you the truth, Virgo. The other person's a Two of Cups. Oh, sorry. Two of Cups with what? So the other person is the one carrying the ace. And what? Oh my gosh, that noise. And there's two pages in the middle. And The Page of Wands is about making a choice and someone coming forward and communicating this choice, this decision. But look at you. So Virgo, you wouldn't be defending yourself unless there was a very good reason to. So why, I'm about to go and do the longer reading. Why is Virgo defending themselves? Because the Ace of Cups. Some people don't, they don't like to be fully vulnerable. They don't like to be fully seen. The Ace of Cups, I spend most of my life doing readings for the Ace of Cups, guys. A lot of people, the Ace of Cups is this feeling that you can't hide, that this energy really sees you, and for some reason, Virgo, you and this energy towards it. I'm not fully sure why. Maybe the other person's been very slow coming forward. Maybe they haven't treated you as good as they should have done. But I'll find out more when we do the longer reading, okay? Let's have a look. So your Vimeo link will be underneath, Virgo, and I'll speak to you later. Bye.